Hey guys, it's Mr. Cooper. I'm putting together a tutorial to show you how to put together your packaging for your energy drink / bar campaign for our sports and entertainment marketing class. I'm currently using Pixlr Editor, and I will be copying and pasting URLs of several photos, which I will attach to the video on YouTube so that you may use them if you so choose. First I'm going to open up is our blank can. We'll see that it creates our layer, background layer. I'm going to use Control J to make a copy of that layer. This way, if I come in here and I make a mistake, all I have to do is delete the copy of the layer and I start fresh. Okay, so Control J to give me a second shot there. The whole idea behind the energy drink project is to find the target market. These are refreshing, exciting, big flavors. I chose to do something refreshing. I'm going to do a energy drink based on thirst quenching, and to do that I decided to use a water texture on top of my packaging. Now if you see my previous videos, you understand that we've just done is create a layer, and on this top layer I now have a water texture, almost looks like the bottom of a pool. What may be new to you is these layer settings. If I toggle these on and off, you'll see opacity and you'll see mode. Okay? Opacity is actually working with how clear or see-through the image is. And you can actually probably get yourself to a point where that looks pretty good as far as color and definition is concerned. Be pretty happy with it. Another option for you is if opacity is high, we can change our blending mode. Now there are a couple of different options here. Hard light can sometimes be a favorite. You can see our can behind there. Multiply is usually a pretty good one. It stays a little darker. Overlay and screen are both nice, but they do tend to get a little lighter. They will drop off anything outside of your underlying image. Overlay here, this is screen, a little lighter. You can manipulate these to kind of tweak them. In this case, I think I actually like multiply the best as far as color is concerned. Now you'll notice I still have all this texture outside of my can. Quick trick for you. Come back and select the background copy. Okay, this is the layer that we're working with. Take your magic wand tool to select outside of the can. Reselect layer 3 and just hit delete. And what it'll do is actually drop off all of that stuff. If I hit Control D to deselect, enter, deselect, I actually have a pretty nice looking can at this point. And if I wanted to, I could actually bring my eraser down here below and I can kind of clean up some of this stuff that's on top. Right, and I can kind of come to the edge and just lightly click it out and just clean up my edges. It'll allow me to maintain that shadow look, which is kind of cool. It kind of holds on to it. Now, with a straightforward texture like this, I'm a little OCD when it comes to these things. I kind of like seeing some, see I screwed it up. Kind of like seeing some of those little features and details kind of coming in and maybe taking out some of those edges. On Photoshop, much easier to do. On Pixlr, we're going to do our best. Okay. You're going to put a label on there. We're going to use the text tool. Now, you can choose whatever color text you want. I would recommend trying to find something with some contrast. So if you end up down here and you type, let's call this splash energy drink. Right. You can see that my color doesn't have enough contrast and it's going to be very difficult for me to read. Now, if I decide to go with something maybe bright white, good new color, pretty easy to read. We'll increase our size, too big. And you can even look at, different types of fonts. If I like, it's not bad. You can click your font size in here. Okay. I can move my tool, splash. Some spots don't look as great. If I double click on my actual layer here and I go to layer styles, right click layer styles, I'll have the ability to add maybe a drop shadow, maybe an inner shadow, maybe a beveled edge, an outer glow, inner glow. In this case, on this background, I think the drop shadow gives you a little bit of the best of both worlds. Okay, what it's done is it's allowed you to highlight your text so that it pops off of the can. It makes it much more legible, easier for you to read. Okay. Now this is purely a text layer. I can't do much in the forms of free transform on it because it's not rasterized. However, if I right click and I rasterize the layer, what that means is I'm going from a vector text layer, which would expand and resize nice and smoothly, to a rasterized pixelated layer. And you can actually see it lost some of that definition there. But because of this, I can also resize using my tool to fit. We will pixelate a little bit. One of the other things that I actually like this for, so let's hit Control Z on that, or undo. One of the things I actually do like this for is if I want to rotate the text, this is how I would do it. Here's my splash can, so on and so forth. Okay. So you're able to bring in textures, you're able to put on text, you have a couple of blending modes and opacities that you can work with. So you can drop that down, bring that up to design your can. And your can should feature a packaging product that reminisces or fits the target market you are applying for. Thanks.